Hello and welcome. My name is Tracy Reed, and this is my Breaking into Cybersecurity course. I want to teach you how I built a great career in cybersecurity. I want to show you how you can do it too. Now is a great time to get into cybersecurity. This is definitely a field in demand which you can access. There are lots of attacks happening out there, lots of ransomware, lots of companies suddenly needing to defend themselves, realizing they need to defend themselves. And to do this, they need smart people with skills. And there is a shortage of talent out there. There are just not enough people to fill all the jobs. Maybe you've seen it in the headlines. Let's take a quick look at a couple here. There are just lots of headlines about talent crisis, talent shortage crisis in cybersecurity. This one says 3.5 million openings in 2025. The numbers vary, but there are a lot of job openings. I am hearing from people all the time with jobs. They have positions they need to fill. They need people who know how things work, who know the principles of security to fill these positions. And why be in cybersecurity? Well, if you enjoy tech in general, it could definitely be for you. But aside from that, it is a great career to be in. For one thing, remote work, right? I've been working from home for years, since before the COVID-19 pandemic started. I was working from home before working from home was cool, right? Before they were letting everybody do it. It's a great lifestyle. Nearly everything is virtual. I get to sit at home in my home office instead of out in traffic and spending money on gas and dealing with all the headaches and stress of the commute. And that leaves time for family and other things. So that is a great opportunity for work-life balance. And of course, it pays well. You may have heard that tech jobs pay well, being that cybersecurity is in demand even more than system administrators or programmers or a lot of the other tech jobs you may be familiar with, web developers and things like that. There are a lot of opportunities in technology, have been for years, but especially these days, there's a lot of opportunity in security. So as far as what you can expect to get out of this course, I want to teach you my tips and tricks that I have learned over the last 25 years or so in this business, which have gotten me where I am now. How to learn the technical skills, what skills to learn, how to get experience, whether you need formal education or certifications, what certifications to get, how to get them, how to get jobs, how to network, how to use LinkedIn. That's been a big one for me. How to use recruiters, another big one for me. And just how to be successful and have a good career as a cybersecurity professional, as I have done. So let me tell you a little bit about who I am. Again, my name is Tracy Reed, and my journey to cybersecurity started way back when I was a little kid. I've always had a couple passions in life, and technology was definitely one of them. I got an Apple IIc when I was in junior high school or something. I learned BASIC, I learned assembly language, I just did all kinds of programming and of course played a lot of games, but I did a lot with that machine. I got my first real x86 or PC computer, learned some more. Then I went to San Diego State University, and while I was there, I found the Linux operating system. And at that point, my tech life just exploded. Linux was a whole world to explore with all kinds of history and all kinds of technology and new capabilities that I had never seen in an operating system or a piece of software. And I got really deep into that. And then one morning, my computer started playing funny sound files, funny noises. And it was my friend's voice coming out of my computer, and he was telling me to wake up. And I looked into it and found out that a friend of mine had broken into my computer. And I thought, well, that's curious. I need to figure out how this happened and how to stop it, because He was just messing around, but someday it could be something serious. And so I started learning about security. I learned Linux operating system and all about the internet and networking and firewalls and all kinds of things, always with an eye on security. Got my first job as a Linux system administrator. I worked in web hosting and then for a payroll company and then for e-commerce companies. I survived the dot-com boom and the wild parties and crazy fun office environments that we had back then. Transitioned to dedicated security roles when more companies started hiring dedicated security teams as intrusions and attacks and ransomware and such became more common and became a threat that they just couldn't ignore anymore. So in the early days, I may have been in charge of security, but the company didn't really care that much about security because there just wasn't as much of a threat, so they didn't have a dedicated security team. But all that changed as of, I'd say, about 15 years ago as cybercrime just exploded. Since then, I have founded a couple of security-related companies. I got venture capital investment for one of them, and now I am a cybersecurity architect with Unrisk Incorporated, consulting with major corporations and helping them to solve their security problems. I also teach classes on security at UC San Diego. Let me just show you a little bit. Let's see. Here is my LinkedIn. If you would like to check out my history, basically my whole resume is on here, and you can see all the places I've worked for in the past and such. Here's my UCSD classes, a couple classes. I teach a class on Linux fundamentals as well as Linux security, how to harden Linux boxes, monitor for security, intrusion detection, all that good stuff. And when I am not hacking on computers, securing computers, practicing security and protecting companies from the bad guys, my other passion in life is that I am an airline transport pilot rated pilot. And it's kind of funny. There are some principles in common between flying and computer security, particularly about risk management. We'll talk more about that later. If you Google for my name and Linux or security, you'll find bazillions of results going way back. I've been active on the internet and in security and Linux and such for quite a while. So you can kind of stalk me on Google and figure out what I've been up to over the years. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been a great career. It's been a great ride. I figure I'm probably halfway through my career. I've got a lot more ahead of me, but in the time that I do have ahead of me in my career, I want to spend a good part of it helping others to follow in my footsteps. A lot of people have given me a hand up, have helped me solve problems, have taught me skills, and I have just picked it up piecemeal here and there as I went along. A lot of people have answered my silly questions over the years, and I've had to do a lot just via trial and error. I want to help you to streamline that process to get you into a fun and enjoyable and lucrative security career as quickly and efficiently as possible. That's it for now. Next, we're going to talk about what is cybersecurity.